Hey everybody, it's McDre. I, on Twitter last night had mentioned that I still had some more things that I wanted to post for the match announcements and my kind of general reactions or things that I was excited about on the card, right? I offered at the time that I would either try to go outside and do some more nature walking with y'all while talking about this match information, or, if the weather didn't cooperate, I'd just stay inside and I would offer you some indoor nature in the form of doggos. Because who doesn't like a doggo? Unfortunately I can't do either, and I'm really sorry about that. So today is the opposite of yesterday, pretty much. It is super overcast and gloomy and very windy and kind of wet and just not nice outside. However, indoors, doggo-related things. My roommate actually just left a little bit ago with the dogs. He took them to a dog bar, which until I moved to Johnson County, I did not know was a thing. Instead, I want to offer you something else, like a visual example, a cute thing, and also has a little bit of backstory that relates to our upcoming double shot weekend here. I want to offer you Daryl. This is actually signed by Naito. We got this signed at the 1-year anniversary Glory Pro wrestling show in St. Louis. So this actually was just a little over a year ago. We did our first ever official Have Wheels Will Travel weekend, where we went up to Des Moines for IPW Impact Pro Wrestling show in Des Moines, Iowa on Saturday, and then drove down to Glory Pro on that Sunday. This was where we met a lot of people who have become really core members of the KC Wrasslin traveling community that you see at all of the Anarchy and PWCS shows, and really kind of formed a lot of what's kind of brought us to this point today. So, yeah, just kind of cool little bit of KC Wrasslin trivia for you. So, back to Shotzi versus Laynie. I know my match information or my kind of speculation yesterday sort of cut off at the end, and wanted to kind of, I guess, go back over that and then pull back around here. So I was talking about Shotzi Blackheart versus Laynie Luck, how they, at Rise Above, Journey Pro's last show here in March, they actually teamed and tagged together against Marti Belle and Brooke Valentine, both of whom will also be at Ladies' Night here on the 26th. So I'm curious to see, especially, with how Laynie's going to be coming into this, knowing that she, has tagged with Shotzi, therefore is, fairly familiar with her moveset. They worked really well together when they were there. Now, we've also seen Laynie Luck in the past fight against Marti Belle, but this was a little bit of a different scenario here, because this was back in the NWL, where I saw Marti Belle, working as the good girl, fighting for the home team, go fight KC, so on and so forth, and she had this long-standing feud with Carolina Griselda Esmeralda Rodriguez. You can tell that I speak French and not Spanish. I'm so sorry for fucking that up, but also known as Lucy Mendez, if you're familiar with her in the Midwest scene here too. So Lucy kept on bringing in other opponents to kind of fight on her behalf. She sort of pulled an Eva Marie a couple times, where she'd say like, oh, I sprained my ankle on the way into the ring, so here I brought Hudson Envy, or I brought Laynie Luck, or, all these different opponents to come in and fight on her behalf. And Laynie at this time was fighting for Carolina. So here we saw Laynie have a little bit more of a hardcore, kind of fighting for the money sort of, or opportunistic sort of vibe to her. And so we've seen a more like hardened or determined version of her. Yeah, I'm really curious to see where that goes. If Laynie ends up taking Marty's side and working against her in the match, or helps her with a beatdown afterwards, or maybe, we'll still see the happy-go-lucky party unicorn who comes to her former tag partner's defense and fights off this bad guy, Marti Belle. So it's going to be a very colorful match, and I don't just say that because they both have very brightly colored hair. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really interesting one, and I'm curious too to see what Spalding Hall's reaction to the Party Unicorn is going to be. Because of course you hear Party Unicorn, or you see her first come out with the big oversized plushy unicorn head mask thing, and maybe you don't think that Laynie Luck is, you know, quite as serious of a wrestler as some other people. You know, if you're looking at the pink and the glitter and thinking like, oh, she's kind of this like brightly happy-go-lucky, you know, similar to Kylie Rae, I think people might see that overall gimmick and not necessarily want to take her seriously out firsthand. But keep in mind, she's not just a party unicorn. Think about the unicorn part of that. A unicorn, at the end of the day, is an oversized horse with a horn on its head. This thing can not only kick your ass, but she might spear you afterwards too for good measure. Like, this gal knows how to fucking work, and I think these two are going to put on a pretty good clinic for the rest of the gals there at Ladies Night. It's going to be a good time. Well, once again, I have run out of daylight and managed to cut another clip short that also cut off my conversation about Marti Belle and how she's contributing to the match between Shotzi Blackheart and Laynie Luck. So, rather than trying to re-record this 17 more times, let's just go ahead and continue the conversation over on Twitter. You can find me over there at McDreabean, that is McDreabean. You can also use the hashtag KC Wrasslin. It's spelled just like it is up on this channel. We use that hashtag whether it's to talk about local events coming up in the Kansas City metro region, whether it's to set up another Have Wheels Will travel adventure, or even when a certain live performance or something is going on, we often use that to live tweet the event or provide, you know, pictures and things from the event as well. So would love to have you contribute to the conversations over there. And, you know, I really want to hear what you think is going to happen during the Shotzi versus Laynie match. Do you think that it's going to be just a typical exhibition match between two fantastic opponents? Do you feel like I do, like maybe there's potential for Marti Belle to try and come on and interfere in Shotzi's match? And if so, where do you think that Laynie is going to side here? I'm really interested to see what people think about Marti Belle's newer, angrier image here, now that she's coming out not as like the happy-go-lucky baby face, but somebody who has a lot of pent-up anger about the way that she's been treated in the Kansas City scene and wants to have her voice heard. Yeah, curious to see what you have to say as well and what your own fan theories are, so join us over on Twitter. I'm at McDreabean, or find hashtag KC Wrasslin for more information. We'll see you there.